Hi guys, this is Jagriti and I'm randomly making this video because I got reminded of the story of when I was 12 years old. Um, and it's a story of how I dealt with social anxiety and how I got over it. So, I used to always be someone who had a hard time fitting in, and I used to always be very shy, very quiet. I think I was the weird kid, honestly, in the class, and I just did not feel like I had much to add to a conversation. And although I understood what was being talked about, I guess it just didn't interest me as much. Like, my world was completely something else. I used to read a lot of books and movies. I used to watch a lot of movies as a kid, and I just, yeah, had a hard time fitting in. Anyway, so that used to really affect me every day in my life. I used to think something's probably wrong with me, or it's like always gonna stay the same. So basically, when I was around 12 years old, my family took us all to Europe, and there was this place called, do you know this place called Venice, where they are basically water bodies instead of roads, and it used to totally freak me out because I used to see like these doors of houses, and उसके बाहर अगर किसी ने दरवाज़ा खोला और बाहर निकला तो सीधा पानी में गया. Like, पानी is right outside the door, and it's not just pani, it's like a water body. So it was, first of all, a very freaky experience for my 12-year-old self. I could have not imagined. Honestly, I think it helped me broaden my horizons when I got back to India. So I mean, it was a great thing that my parents did for me and my sister, just took me around the world, showed me what's out there. Anyway, I'm digressing. So the story is, so there are these gondolas, right, where you sit and you travel, and you just like go around the Vatican City. And so the thing is that in one gondola only 6 people could fit in, and my family is like 4 people. It's my dad, my mom, my sister, and me. And there was this another family that my family wanted to go out with, and they were like, hey, you're the elder sister, why don't you just go with somebody else, because we're trying to go together, just understand. And I was very, very pissed off. Okay, I was super, super, super pissed. I was like, why do I always have to be the one who's like, who has to be the outsider? Why do you guys do this to me? Like, it's because of you guys that my life in school is also messed up, because you guys treat me like this. And so I was just in a mood, but I had no option, because they were already sat and they were already sailing while I was saying those things to them. Anyway, so I got into this gondola, and I saw, and I was really pissed, okay, really pissed. Like, there were other people sitting there staring at me, absolute strangers. I'm on a gondola, I'm 12 years old with absolute strangers, and I'm pissed. But what I did was, all of a sudden, I don't know, मेरे अंदर माता आ गई या मेरे अंदर पता नहीं क्या हुआ, I started waving at everybody who's like in another gondola, like just whoever's passing us by. I just started waving at them, and waving like almost like a psycho, like like that. And initially, I don't know, I was just trying to liberate myself, or let just channel my anger. But soon after, I started seeing that people were responding back with a lot of enthusiasm. Like, everyone was just so fascinated, and they were so enthusiastic at me. They were all waving back, and I was just like, I had the best time of my life exploring Venice City, waving at people. After that, the rest of my Europe trip, I was just waving at everyone I saw, like every stranger, waving and smiling, and just if somebody's in another car or somebody's another, and I waved at like some really hot boys as well, and they waved back. So yeah, confidence went to 100. And when I got back, I don't know, somehow that whole social anxiety thing was really tackled. I don't know what about it, but just doing something uncomfortable and giving like good, like showing love and admiring other people, make them feel admired, I think is a huge way you can tackle social anxiety. Because I've also heard that you get what you give, and this is something that worked for me, because after that I was a very confident person. I mean, in a way that even if I'm not speaking a lot, if I'm shy, at least I know that I'm not weird. You know, it was a quiet confidence that I had since then, and I think it's yeah, maybe like you could start being nice to people and just like smile at strangers, you know, like safe looking strangers, and I think